welcome to BrickVault. My name's Jack. Today we are building the 2017 San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Brickheadz set, Spider-Man and Venom. This build is recommended for ages 10 and up. It is set number 41497 and has 144 pieces. And the only way this set was officially distributed was through Comic-Con San Diego for 2017, and it was distributed through a raffle system, and you had to buy it for $40. I really do like the boxes for these Comic-Con exclusives, and honestly I think the packaging here outshines that of what we get from the Comic-Con exclusive figures, which are usually considered much more collectible. And with that, let's get these two guys open and built. Well, let's check out the inside of the box very quickly. First, these are the two manuals, the two bags. They correspond with each other pretty easily based on the colors. They don't actually need numbers, and in fact, the bags are resealable. Okay, now let's get started, and I think I'm gonna build Venom first. Alright, so they're both complete. We're looking at Venom first because I built him first and I just like Venom a lot. Here you're looking at what is pretty much the most simple build you could get for a Brickheadz figure. Aside from the spiky symbiote tentacles that stick out from behind him, this is as reduced as you can get for pretty much a Brickheadz design. His main features are really the build for his face. I like the print that makes up his mouth and the little clip that shows his tongue that sticks out. That's probably the most identifying piece for him. And then he's got the larger white eyes that kind of spike up. I like that they use those little mixel pieces. And other than that, the print is relatively basic and what you would expect for the character. And the only thing that really sticks out on him aside from that are the symbiote tentacles that come out from his back. I almost wish they made Venom a little bit bigger, kind of like how they did Hulk to make his arms a bit big, because at least in some of Venom's forms, he is a much larger supervillain. Anyways, he's as expected, and pretty much the same thing goes for Spider-Man. Spider-Man probably has the most printed pieces that I think any Brickheadz figure has. I'm not entirely sure. I'm just sort of eyeballing it. There are 3 special printed pieces that go just on his front, 1 special print that goes on his back, and a ton of those special 2x4 prints that go on his forehead, the sides of his head, and the back of his head. So I think he takes the cake in both the number of actual printed pieces that you get for any Brickheadz figure, and I think the number of different types of prints as well. Other than that, he's pretty much as basic as possible, and I guess you couldn't really expect much different based on how Spider-Man actually looks from the comics. The San Diego Comic-Con exclusive guys have those San Diego Comic-Con prints on the fronts of the tiles, and other than that, this build has brought pretty much no surprises. I do like these characters, and I do think that they should have come out for Brickheadz figures at some point, Comic-Con or otherwise, but in terms of any little interesting techniques that the designers may have thought up, or discovering sort of any fun hidden details, I can't really think of anything aside from I just like the way they built the tongue onto Venom's head. But these are the most basic Brickheadz figures that you will find. Also one of the lowest part counts. Looking at the prices on BrickLink, I can see that they are at least double what anybody paid for them in San Diego Comic-Con, and most of the prices hover around the mid-90s to maybe $120. Anyways, my final thoughts on these guys are that they pretty much lived up to what I expected, and the bottom line is that there is no sort of real exciting kinds of builds that we can find here, because these figures in general didn't have any special accessories that the LEGO designers could build off of that much. All right, that's it for this episode, everybody. Thanks a lot for watching. Remember, if you enjoy our content, you can always like or subscribe. And if you want to learn anything more about our San Diego Comic-Con exclusives, check out the links in the video description below, and we'll see you next time at BrickVault.